Okay. Hi. My mom cut my hair yesterday, and I'm still trying to figure out how to style short hair. Bear with me a little bit on that. Today I just kind of wanted to talk about all my makeup palettes. It's been a really long time since I've kind of routinely done my makeup. So I just want to like revisit all my palettes and like get to know them again. You know what I'm saying? Bring them all back in for a hug. I guess I'll start with some drugstore makeup. Start at the bottom. So the first one is this one. It looks like a cute little license plate. Autobomb Girl Powder, Cheeks on the Go. And it had, you know, a contour shade and this blush shade, which I really ended up liking. So it was only like, I don't know, 15 bucks or something. And then I have the NYX Off Tropic palette, which is cool. I like the color scheme. It's sort of like, this one's like a good berry color. I really like this as, oh, and this one is great as a blush. This like red, burnt orange kind of color. I also have this Makeup Revolution highlight palette, which I think I got at Winners or Marshalls. They're nice. I can see myself in the reflection of this mirror. Oh my god. And then I can see myself in the reflection of this mirror, in that mirror, in this mirror. And if I look one further, there I am again. Next, I'll do these two Too Faced palettes. One is Just Peachy Mattes, and one is White Peach. The peachy, what is this? Just Peachy. This is nice. It's, you know, it's not bad. However, White Peach is nonsense. I thought the colors were cute. I thought, like, you know, these shimmers looked really sweet and like they would be promising. And I just find they're like really flaky and like, I'm not a fan. To each their own. Next, I have these two from BH Cosmetics. One is the Royal Affair palette, and it looks like this. It's okay. This one's a little weird. Like, this is a light blue shade, obviously. I wanted to put this on my eyes one day, as one does. It comes out like purple, which is cool. I really enjoyed it, but I feel like a lot of these shades look different in the pan to how they show up on my skin. I don't find myself reaching for it a ton, but it's a fun little palette. I do like it. And then I have the Zodiac palette. It has this outer ring of colors, which has all of the signs. It took me like that long to find mine. Libra. It's like, it doesn't go by your birthstone, clearly, but it's I almost spilled my water with this giant palette. That's one thing I gotta say. It's big, and like when you swing it around, it's like the width of my shoulders. I have these, so I guess I'll mention them. Oh my god. The mirror just came out of my Naked 2 palette, which pretty much like says it all in my opinion. The quality just like wasn't there. I used some of the dark shades for my eyebrows for a while, but like that's all I could use it for, and that's not fair. Speaking of not my favorite palettes, I have this one, the Kat Von D Lolita palette. This one has pretty colors, but it's not very long lasting. Working a 12-hour day, I couldn't wear this to work, you know. These two Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes. I have the red one and the green one, which is Ruby Obsessions and Emerald Obsessions. Honestly, if I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be the Emerald one because of that mint green shade. It's so nice. And then I have the Norvina palette. Okay, bear with me. This is disgusting. It's a little messy. I've used it a lot. This rose gold shade. They're very soft shimmers as well, so clearly they have a lot of like dents in them. But I will say this shade Soul is a standout shade, as well as this one. I really like them. And then these two together are awesome as well. The shimmers are pretty much good across the board. My favorites to use are these three. And this is a nice highlight shade. It's cool. It's a nice, really nice palette. And then I also have the Modern Renaissance palette, which is sort of more of like the berry range, with these two being the shimmers. They have really nice palettes. Only good things to say, to be honest with you. I'm a Nikki Tutorials follower. And I know she's a big fan of Juvia's Place. Hi guys, I'm just editing the video that I recorded a few days ago now. I just wanted to insert here, if there's any brand that you're going to take away from this video and perhaps buy a product from, let it be Juvia's Place. This is a brand that is vegan and cruelty free, owned by a Black woman, and has been groundbreaking in the cosmetics industry. Clearly, I don't have any bad things to say about the company. As you'll see, the quality is there, and they are worth supporting, 100%. So anyway. So I went on the website a little while ago, and they had this like bundle deal, which was cool. So you could get, I think, like 6 palettes for a whatever cheap price. So I did it. One of them I've given away, but I'm going to show you the other 5. So this one is, amen, it's an amazing palette. This is so awesome. I love these colors. The pans are ginormous. And this is what I have on my inner corner today. I love, love, love the choices in colors for this palette. Did I say it was called the Zulu palette? It is. This one is called the Nubian 2. The pans are also huge. This is a wonderful highlight shade. This blue shade Cleopatra is marvelous. This is the Magic Mini. Yes, Magic Mini. I love this palette. It's like every shimmer I've ever wanted. This is my most used, like most everyday. Honestly, some days I would literally just take a shimmer, pat, 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 blend it out with a little brush, call it a day. Did I just break it? We're good. And then I have the Saharan, which is a cool one. This is more of like, to me, this is like neutral tones. For me, I don't know. Depends on what your style is. They're such good quality eyeshadows. I just love color. And when an eyeshadow really performs well, it's almost like you can't not love it just because it's kind of like a weird color. You know what I mean? It's still a beautiful eyeshadow and it deserves its moment. Like this one, I have such like red undertones, so it's sort of like a gray blue. I tend not to use gray tones just because it makes me look a little bit like I'm a zombie. But that being said, it also has this like white crystally blue undertone-y shade. I don't know if I'll take a chance. Maybe you can see it. And then the last one I have from Juvia's is the Masquerade Mini. So this one has a lot of browns, sort of like a range between, you know, this light one, a couple dark mattes, this like orange brown color, this more red brown, this as well as more of a red brown. And then we get up here into the pink and blue and green. This one's a purple. So this one just like, this one has, if I'm doing, you know, like maybe I want to do like a mostly brown look with just like a tiny pop of color underneath the eye, in the inner corner, whatever it is, this is a great palette to go for because this color, let me tell you, it was such a good investment for me to get all of these in a bundle. I love my past self for that. Finally, I'm gonna go to my most used brand, and that's Jeffree Star. So I'm gonna start off with the Androgyny palette. This is still one of my like tried and true. I'm wearing the orange shade. I literally just put it in my mouth. I'm wearing the orange shade on my eyes today. This gold I use for like everything. I use it as a highlight, inner corner. Sometimes I put it under my brow bone, on the tip of my nose. I love this gold. It's so, so, so nice. The next is the Alien palette, which has a lot of sort of like gray ashy shades. I really dig it. These like This like lime green color is so cool. Honestly, there's some shades that look relatively untouched, I'm not gonna lie. And there's like a few that are almost at pan. So I liked certain shades more than others with this palette. And I really sort of like picked favorites and stuck with those favorites. So it wasn't my most appreciated purchase, I guess. So I've been watching makeup on YouTube for 12 years, which is a really long time. When I started watching it, it was pretty much only like Michelle Phan in the game and a few other people who were doing like sort of costumey makeup, but it wasn't at all what it is today. So it's just been like so crazy to see it grow and like become this insane industry that it is now. And for a while, I sort of backburnered makeup quite a bit. I was like starting in this new industry, career-wise. I was starting something new, and it took up all of my time. And so I was working between 12 and 14 hours a day, probably. I didn't have time to do like a face, you know what I'm saying? And still, I can only do a face maybe like 50% of the time that I'm working now. And this was sort of like reintroduced to me with the Blood Sugar palette. This is, everybody knows what this looks like. Like honestly, all these palettes, everybody knows what these look like. These shades are fantastic. The pigment in them is amazing. And I can't obviously recommend these more. But the one thing I will say is that out of all the Jeffree Star palettes, probably my favorite palettes of all time are these two. This has just like opened my eyes to pastel eyeshadow. I love it, love it, love it for the summer. Honestly, I just do like monochromatic. I literally slap on one color all over my lid, under my eyes, maybe do a wing, maybe not, who cares? Whatever color your bathing suit you're wearing, just put this on. This one went with it. I bought it too. These are a little bit like, this one I reach for less, but this one has a big old dent in it. And that brings me to my most recent eyeshadow purchase, which was still like 6 months ago now. I bought the Blue Blood palette, which is like, it's so dope. My sister dropped it and a chunk fell out, but it's cool. Honestly, I really like the lighter shades anyway. This pink is such a cute blush. I love it. These two are probably my favorites. Maybe this one. Now I want to take off my makeup and like dive in and do a whole new face. Thank you for watching my video. I don't know if this is like even interesting to anybody, but I really enjoyed doing this, so fuck y'all. Hopefully I don't bail on this one like I did for a few others. I kept like recording things and not putting them up. I shall make another video soon, probably, hopefully. Peace and love. I'm just rocking. I'm just living. That's just the way it is.